Hello everybody and welcome to Paris! For those of you who know me, welcome back, and for those of you who don't, I'm Pia and I'm your host for all things luxe. Brought you here to Paris with me because we have a couple of PR meetings that you're coming along with me. But before we get the day started, let's do a little outfit of the day as per usual. It is a very strange spring here in Paris and that is why you see me dressed as if it was autumn. But hey, this type of colors work with me, so I'm still gonna go with it. I'm wearing my beloved tweed coat that we purchased together with husband in our recent holiday in Uruguay. And if you haven't checked that vlog yet, I'll link it up here for you. It's by a designer that I am absolutely obsessed. So I'll also leave her details in case you'll fancy this design on the link down below. It's just a gorgeous piece that's got this detail on the elbow. I really fancy that. And there's a lot of leather in there with some tweed. I've married that with a jumpsuit from Sœur in this beautiful green that marries with my Hermes green booties as well. All of that is topped up with some other leather details like the one on the bag. For jewelry today, I have a couple of different details. I've got this little wooden vintage bracelets that I really fancy. And then I also have my ultra human ring ear, which if you have been watching for a while, you know that's been helping me with keeping an eye on my approach towards endometriosis and my overall health and well-being as well. And then for another extra layer of warmth, I've got my little turtleneck in here. For today's first appointment of the day, we are heading to the spring-summer presentation of Histoire d'Or. For those of you that are based in France, I'm certain you're very familiar with this brand. For my other international audience, Histoire d'Or is one of the most iconic jewelry brands here in France. It's something that's got a proposal for all price points. Whenever I take you, I obviously try to show you a little bit more their luxury selection, since this is what we talk about here, but I will still have a look at their other proposals. Come with me and let's go frost ourselves. Merci. Merci. Here I have my finished little cherries attempt. So cute. We just finished the most gorgeous event with Histoire d'Or, where we saw their spring-summer presentation of all the beautiful jewelry that they're bringing out for this season. There were pieces in full gold, there were pieces with diamonds, and then there was also a part that was a little bit more affordable, but still as gorgeous, with perhaps a little bit of yellow gold plating or full-on silver. They had some semi-precious stones as well. So even their pieces that are on the more affordable end, they're still pieces that can still last for years and years in your jewelry collection. But for the most part, what we saw were pieces either on the daintier side with a lot of different shades of pink and green, a lot of greenery being used for the jewelry this season, a lot of botanical inspiration, I would say, when it comes to the designs, and a lot of supersized pieces as well. So it's either one extreme or the other. The collection was giving spring girly meets a Pinterest board, I would say, and we're all here for it. They're always the loveliest at the agency where they receive us, and we had a little bit of an atelier creating some candles, as you saw. I don't have any business in decorating candles for my life, but it was still nice to do a little trial. Then we had another little workshop, which was very assorted, obviously, to the spring theme, in which we tried edible flowers. And oh my goodness, some of them, you'd see them and they were, I don't know, say purple, and the taste would be like super citrusy. Garlic meets pepper meets wasabi taste. They were so interesting. It was quite a fun experience. Also, the lady that was explaining them to us was super lovely. So we had quite a fun time with my lovely Instagram / now YouTube husband. And now we've come to National to decompress a little bit, eat a little tiramisu, and have some coffee before our next meeting at Lazuly's, where we're going to go test their Hydrafacials and the EM Sculpt machine. But now it's cake time. Thank you, husband. You guys, the glow is real. Discussing with the esthetician that just performed the Hydrafacial, and I was telling her this is not the person that woke up with me this morning, because the glow, my goodness. Something that's really interesting about it is that it's going to develop. So in the next couple of days, there will still be this glow, there will still be this sort of juiciness and plumpness to the skin. We've gone for a booster that kind of gives that inner glow, but we can choose among a myriad of boosters according to what sort of extra effect we want when we get the deluxe one, which is the one they've so kindly offered for me to get today. Okay, and as disgusting as this is, or hashtag gunky, this is everything that was on my skin. Even if I regularly cleanse it, even if I regularly get facials done, this is basically everything that's come out. So I am so happy that it's there, not in my skin right now. And now with my beautiful new glow, I'm going to try the EM Sculpt, which is going to sculpt my abdominal area today. Well, hello there, everybody. How are we all doing? It's been a couple of days since I'm back from Paris, and I was just finishing to do my makeup. I was about to try the new Lydia Millen First Suite lipstick / lip balm and lip liner, and I thought we might as well just do it here together. It's one of those days when I want to do just a tiny bit more highlighter. I'm using this tiny brush by Chanel with the Chanel Sheer Healthy Glow highlighting fluid. This is just gorgeous. It makes the skin super juicy. Reblend it in with another brush so it doesn't sit on any fine lines or anything like that. We haven't started Botox yet. Any minute, this journey will start too. The full collaboration includes 4 products. I got 2 of them. So there are 2 lip liners and 2 lipsticks / lip balms. That sort of chunky crayon style. But let's open them up and let's see what everything looks like together. From the 2 lip liners, I picked myself up the one in the shade Rose Thorn. I'm loving the packaging. The yellow gold accents in it already give it such a beautiful vintage luxe feel. So it's a dual-ended pencil. On one side, we're going to have a little brush, and then on the other one, we have the actual pencil. The color is a beautiful sort of warm rosy brown. Just by looking at it, it looks like one of those shades that look amazing on everyone's skin tone, but let's give it a go and see what it looks like on my lips. At a first glance, it has a little bit of a terracotta hint. It feels very creamy and smooth, like it just glides onto the lips, and I can see why they've included a brush because it's super blendable. I think also gives you another use for the lip liner because it's going to help you also perhaps fill in your lips and use this with just a clear gloss over the top as the actual lip color for the day. There's also a really beautiful terracotta undertone on it, which is one of these colors that I'm really incorporating into my wardrobe during this season. You might have seen it on my Sœur haul that I posted on the last vlog. If you haven't seen that one, I'll just link it up here for you. I love the fact that the color is really rich, but when you go over it with the brush, it just kind of like blends into your skin, leaving behind the most subtle line. So you can either just use the liner as so, or accompany it by blending it a little bit with the brush, which I think is the way I'm gonna do it today. This also really helps in the whole process of overlining your lips a little bit, which, as you know, I'm a big fan of. Give myself a little bit of an extra pout. If the cool tones are a little bit more up your street, just come up with another liner, and that one will be Rose Petal. Also on the rosy brownie type of tones, but with a little bit more of a cooler undertone to it. And now for the lipstick, I picked myself the shade Wild Rose, which I thought was going to be a little bit more up the alley of the shades that I wear on a regular basis. It's been created with that crayon type of style, and once again it's brownie nudie with some warm tones under it. Now this is described as a product that's going to enhance your natural lip color. It's going to give a little bit of a luminous touch to it while hydrating the lips as well. That is what it will look like on my lips on its own, just with a liner on the outside, creating that little bit of extra pout. But I guess if I wanted to intensify the color of it, I could just go in with the liner and color all of my lips in order to give a little bit of an extra dimension. First impressions is that it feels really moisturizing on the lips. I can definitely see that sheen that it's described to have, very light on the lips, something really comfortable. I can see myself wearing this throughout the day. I can obviously tell you in a couple of vlogs how I get along with it in terms of wearability, but so far I love the color payoff. I love the slight sort of sheen that it gives without it being a gloss, more of a satin finish, I would say. Overall, I really like it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and it's a twist up, I'm just seeing. So you get quite a bit of product. Hold on, let's see. I'm scared this is gonna break off and I'm gonna regret this, but may it all be for the YouTube reviews. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of product. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that. I feel like a lot of this chubby lipsticks come up once you twist them up, they just have maybe about that extra amount, so I guess that's a nice surprise. I am honestly very curious to try the other colors now. You can definitely tell that there's been quite a bit of thought put into the formulation of this product, because honestly the way they both glide onto the lips and how this one sort of melts into the border of the lip with the brush, the liner's definitely going into my everyday drawer, and I guess the lipstick will have to go into my handbag for later. If I'm not mistaken, the last time I saw you on the vlog was back in Paris when I went to visit the lovely girls at Histoire d'Or. I went there in conjunction with Stylius magazine, which, as you know, I've been working quite close to for the last couple of years. And we went to check out the new collection of Histoire d'Or. Well, we had a very lovely Parisian picnic day. It was so gorgeous. The girls over at L'Entremets Paris prepared the loveliest type of cakes and cookies and cupcakes, all very flowery, very springy, very picnic, very Parisian picnic inspired. In case any of you are passing by Paris or France for that matter and want to get your hands on those delicious cakes, I'll leave their Instagram linked in here so you can have a little look and maybe screenshot it, because oh my goodness, those were delicious. As you might have seen from the videos already, we had a look at their latest collection, which was so beautiful, so diverse. I feel like they always have something for every taste, every price point, a little bit on the trendy side, but still with a timeless touch, which in my opinion is one of my favorite things from this brand. I have so many pieces from them that I've been wearing for years. They're also a little bit on the more affordable end of real jewelry, and you can get pieces that are perhaps just plated, but you can also get pieces with diamonds and real gold or full silver as well. Now I have no clue what they sent in here, but they did give me a little bag when I was leaving. I know they put inside the candles that we were decorating because they had the loveliest atelier for candle decoration. You're just gonna have to ignore my orange hands, okay? I had a little mishap with my fake done in here yesterday, but that should be fine by tomorrow. If there's one thing I realized is that I don't really have a career in candle making. I had so much fun doing it though, so it's like note to self, during my next hosting event at the house, I'm definitely gonna set up a table for candle workshopping with my girlfriends and decorating as well. I did this one right here. I mean, I think from far it looks cute, but once you go close to it, you can see how not great I was at it. We worked with this little sort of melted wax, and I think those will look cute next to each other for our new outside terrace, which by the way, I haven't shown you finished. We have the rest of the set in iron that's arrived, and we also have the cushions that have arrived for it. It looks absolutely beautiful. So I'll take you to our bedroom's terrace after and show you what that looks like. And then they very kindly sent, oh, so that's what it is. That's cute. A little ceramic plate. I guess this is going to come in really handy because I do have a ceramic plate that my husband brought me back from Sicily, where I put my rings and everything I take off if I'm going to go into the shower. But having another one of this will come in really, really handy. Thank you so much to the girls at Histoire d'Or team. I really appreciate this one. We were doing a... Oui, bien. Come in.
Quelle main?
La droite, toujours la droite. It's the Google AdSense! You guys, I've been waiting for this forever. Okay, let's open it up with husband. Not forever. It's been like, what, 4 weeks now, I think? I should go into Reddit and tell people that it's been 4 weeks, because after my 3rd week passed, I started asking Reddit, How long did it take for your code to arrive? This is just a pin that they send you once you join the YouTube Partner Program, which is basically the remuneration program for creators. So I'm going to do a little pause, open this up, and then I'll be right back to talk to you about body positivity, which I was just gonna get into. All right, you guys, pardon that little interruption. Bobby was actually aware of how much pleasure it would give me to finally receive that letter. We can do a whole monetization video, how much YouTube paid me, all that jazz later. I think that's something that quite a couple of us creators can be curious about, particularly on this sort of lifestyle feed, which not a lot of people make videos on. There are a lot of videos out there when it comes to getting monetized, how the process is, all that jazz, but something specifically for lifestyle creators or the luxury sphere creators, I don't think there's much information about it out there, even if the process is the same one. Even before I was a YouTube creator, I think that's something I would have been curious about. So you can expect that as an upcoming content at some point. Where was I? I wanted to talk to you a little bit about body positivity. So when we were at the presentation of the new pieces from Histoire d'Or, I spotted this chain. It looked absolutely gorgeous. I was like, what's this fun thing? I was about to try it. One of the product managers at Histoire d'Or came over. We were having a chat about the chain in question, which was one of those sort of body chains. You can wear them maybe on top of your bikini. You can wear them on top of clothing like I did when I was trying it on. And I made a comment to her about how I should probably have chocolate bars on my tummy, referring to like really marked abs before I wear something like that. And she was like, no, you don't have to. You can just wear it. And I was like, I stand corrected. You're absolutely right. It was one of those moments when you just say something out loud and then you pause yourself for a second and it's like, no, you need to check in with yourself. This is not what I think. This is not how I think. And you're absolutely right. I don't need to wait for my body to be a certain way or another in order to be comfortable. Perhaps wearing a chain over a bikini. When I say that for myself, I mean it for everybody, because this is the way I always speak to my clients. Just do what makes you feel good, and confidence and happiness and kindness will always be the best accessories, and the rest is an accessory. But I think that because I was already on the mindset of this whole chocolate body bar, because I was going to be trying the EM Sculpt machine at Lazuly's later, I somehow forgot that that is not how I am. I'm certain for her it was just a little conversation amongst many others that she had with other journalists and creators on that day. But to me, it was one of those moments when I'm so grateful to have crossed somebody like that in that moment where it's like, okay, bring yourself back in check. This is who you are. This is one of the things you believe in. Just go ahead and be you, you know, and you can wear whatever makes you happy. I'm very grateful for that talk, honestly. I think that sometimes testing out and reviewing so many places and creams and machines, it can be easy to lose focus of the fact that even all of those things are there in order to enhance, and they are a possibility and an opportunity even. It doesn't mean that life doesn't happen in between. I don't know if I'm getting my point across. What I'm trying to say is just you do you. And on that note, also tell you that this channel and all of these outlets are places for us to celebrate diversity, to celebrate our differences, and it's a safe place for us to feel like there's no judgment or shame in any way, shape, or form regarding appearances, regarding our opinions, as long as everyone stays kind to one another. And ultimately, I just want everyone to feel that this is a safe place where we are compassionate and accepting of differences while still remaining valued and feeling good in our own skins. And on that note, let's talk to you about the wonderful treatments I received at Lazuly's, which is a medical aesthetics clinic at the heart of Paris. The first treatment I received at their clinic, as you will have seen, was the Hydrafacial. And I actually took the Hydrafacial Deluxe, which is the most luxurious one that they offer. Don't get me wrong, the signature one, which would be sort of their regular offering, it's still very, very lovely. But the deluxe version will be la crème de la crème. Hydrafacial treatments offer highly transformative results. They're visible straight off the minute that your facial's finished, and they use a patented technology called vortex fusion. The vortex will be the suction that that takes place in the skin and just absorbs all of the impurities. To put it in simple terms, it does the part of the extractions during a normal facial, while the infusion part uses a combination of water and active substances to cleanse the skin, exfoliate the skin, and hydrate it simultaneously. It's a completely non-invasive procedure, and you can cater it to different skin concerns, whether that's acne, fine lines, hyperpigmentation, but you can also use it for texture and tone correction. I personally targeted towards getting a little bit of an extra glow, and you could really tell at the end of the facial how much glow there was. What's incredible is the fact that it looked as if my skin was wet, but you could touch it and it was dry. Like, that was just all inner glow peeking through after the treatment was finished. During this deluxe treatment, there was also a booster and an LED light treatment, which is contributed to getting rid of the hyperpigmentation marks in my skin and calming my skin, since we used the blue LED light on the device. These are some of the boosters that they propose. I personally got the Murad Clarifying Booster. Decongests the skin, evens out the skin texture, it calms temporary redness, targets skin's imperfections, and the main thing I saw from it, and which I still got compliments days after getting it from friends, from my husband, was that very lovely skin glow. A really, really healthy glow. Highly, highly recommend paying them a visit if you are in Paris. I will leave Lazuly's aesthetic clinic's information linked on the description bar down below in case you're passing by Paris or you live in France already and you want to give yourself a little bit of a zhuzh me up face treatment for the nicer weather days coming up. Perhaps you don't want to wear so much makeup, but you'd still like your skin to look healthy and glowy. This is the treatment for you. And then another treatment which I tested at their clinic was one that, if I'm really honest with you, I was a little bit skeptical about when I first heard about it. It's called the EM Sculpt Machine. This is a very powerful device that's going to induce very many muscle contractions by the use of high intensity electromagnetic energy. And I know this sounds like a lot of blah blah, but trust me, I saw the results. A regular session will last about 30 minutes and is used localized in one area only. So you want to perhaps localize it on your glutes, perhaps you want to localize it on your abs. The area you want to tone, they'll tone it for you. Half an hour of this machine will be the equivalent to about 20,000 sit-ups. It doesn't only tone muscles, it also simultaneously reduces fat, which I know sounds dreamy, but trust me, I saw it on my tummy. Now, like I said, I didn't finish my 30-minute course. It was just a trial. I did it for about 15 seconds. Even if they very kindly offered for me to stay for the whole trial, I unfortunately wasn't able to because I had to leave and catch a train. Enough to tell you that it was not painful. It's definitely on the intense side. So if you're somebody that doesn't practice sports, perhaps you'd like to start maybe not going up to the top intensity of the machine straight off from the get-go on the first session, particularly because you are going to feel it on the days after. It is exactly as if you had done a sports session, but with less time and a lot more visible results. What they advise doing is 6 sessions spaced out between 3 days each and about 30 minutes long. I found this super interesting for those of you with perhaps not enough downtime to go to the gym every day, or perhaps have a little bit of an extra push to then continue doing your workouts at the gym, but seeing a little bit of faster results just to get more motivated. A simple before and after search on Google of the EM Sculpt results will show you what I mean. I was also hoping to present to you the new Victoria Beckham collection that she did in collaboration with Mango. However, that order delivery has still not arrived, so I'm just going to end this vlog in here and show you that one on the next one, hopefully if it's arrived already. I want to thank you all so much for having watched. If you have any questions whatsoever regarding any of the themes that we discussed on this vlog, don't hesitate to leave them on the comment section down below. And then if you're not done watching, I'll leave you 2 more videos in here so you can binge a little bit more. See you on the next one. Bye!